to tonight's edition of News 22. I'm Gaglione.
And I'm Danny Fountain.
President Obama has worked out a way for military families to receive death benefits during the government shutdown. Fisher House, a private foundation, will supplement the $100,000 payments that arrive within days of a soldier's death. The Department of Defense will reimburse them later. This allows families of fallen soldiers to have peace of mind and receive all benefits during the shutdown.
89-year-old Leo Sharp of Michigan City, Indiana, was busted in Washington County in 2011 with possession of more than 200 pounds of cocaine. When he was stopped by a state trooper, he was distraught and told the man, "Just kill me and let me leave this planet." He was part of a group of 20 people who were under indictment for this crime, and he was said to have transported more than 1,400 pounds of cocaine to Michigan City from 2009 to 2011. Sharp is due in court Tuesday.
Police discovered 6 children in a New London home operating as a drug factory Wednesday morning. They acted on a warrant, and upon searching the home, they discovered more than a pound of synthetic marijuana, real marijuana, liquid codeine, crack cocaine, and other drug paraphernalia, including scales and packing materials. The 4 men responsible are facing several charges, including operation of a drug factory.
And we'll be back with this week's editorial.
Welcome to Fogel's.
Beautiful, isn't it?
You expect options everywhere else. Why not with your medical treatment? Talk with your doctor to explore all your options and find what's right for you. Visit ahrq.gov.
Pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
And we're back with this week's editorial.
Good evening. I'm Shelby Akers for this week's editorial. Freedom, fairness, equality, and justice for all. This is America, right? Land of the free, the civic, and the loyal, the just and the holy. America. No, America, a country of disparity, inequality, economic drought, and depression. The values of the American democratic system have been so far misrepresented that it's difficult for me to even consider the United States, well, united. Our democracy does not reflect equality, nor does it promote diversity. The America we know is a product of class struggle and capital oppression. We are governed by those who have been given the opportunity to succeed from square one, and it's not fair. Let's take Robert Merton, one of the pioneering fathers of social inequality, known for his modern adaptation of Emile Durkheim's anomie theory. Anomie is simply the lack of an existing social bond between an individual and their community. Merton revised the theory and condensed Durkheim's work to form what is now known as strain theory. Strain theory says that blocked opportunity equals blocked achievement. Further, and even more concerning, the means by which one is able to succeed are unfairly distributed between the rich and the poor. Sound familiar? During the civil rights movement, people of color were emboldened by Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. There was a movement for civil justice, racial equality, and a desire to prove to the white man that he wasn't the superior. Now it seems as though the scale of equality has shifted. What we are witnessing now is a major crisis, a class crisis, far more dangerous than we think. According to Sean Reardon, sociologist professor at Stanford University, a recent survey from 2011 revealed shocking test score results. In comparing the level of education, results displayed a 40% achievement and eligibility gap between high-income and low-income families. Compare these results with those from 50 years ago, which studied the race gap between black and white Americans. The class gap is 50% larger than the racial gap. Not only are these students far below the standards of the state, many children who come from low-income families now languish at a rate 4 years behind their high-income counterparts. 4 years. Minimum wage workers have to choose between paying their gas bill or buying food. The minimum wage is about 20% lower than it was during the 1960s. We have the tools, we have the buildings, we have the money, we have programs. Why are we failing our children? And don't tell me that it's the inner cities that are the problem. Don't play that card. You want to know the poorest place in the world? Pine Ridge, South Dakota. 50% survival rate. Over half the population has diabetes, many suffering from drug and alcohol abuse, and the majority of them are white or Native American. Why haven't these people received help? There is so much attention to affirmative action and helping people in foreign countries get back on their feet, and I do commend that, America, I do. But please do not ignore those struggling in Pine Ridge or in Appalachia, another grossly impoverished region. Part of the problem is not the fact that America chooses to keep the rich, but it systematically ensures that the people at the bottom remain under the heels of the wealthy. The other part is that, sadly, there seems to be this universally accepted morale that it's the minorities who are impoverished. This masks the actual problem. The fact that a Hispanic or an African American may suffer from poverty is mere correlation, not causation. There is no proof that being African American, Asian American, Mexican, or any other ethnicity causes one to live in poverty. America has turned a blind eye. It has decided it can only take on one problem. It says, gee, these black people are poor, well, let's try affirmative action programs to move them up. No, that's not the problem. The problem is economic recession, the March on Washington, the Occupy Wall Street movement, the 99%, the minimum wage. Even if you have an entire panel of Latino, Black, Hispanic, Asian, Filipino, Australian, Pakistani congressmen, it doesn't change the fact that these people were presented with such gracious opportunity that they, regardless of skin color, stand above the rest of us. The wealthy can be anybody. It could be a black man, a white woman, an Asian man, a Hispanic woman. The fact remains these people have been provided opportunity that others haven't. They were chosen to be icons. And honestly, if you are singled out and elected to a higher government position just because of your skin color, that's unfair. Who initiated that? A white man telling a black man that he could get him into power because he thought it would prove the image of America? I know plenty of hardworking black people, plenty of hardworking Hispanics. I work with the Chinese, the hardest working people I know. They don't need a wealthy white man to tell them they can make it. Let them be. Race is still a proportional issue, I am well aware, but now the issue has spread to class standing and has had tremendous impact on industries worldwide. Please start to pay attention to us, to the poor, to the middle class, and even to the wealthy. There is a war, an endemic war that has caused confusion, protest, and grief among millions of Americans. It's nothing short of what happened 50 years ago, and it's getting much, much worse. That's all for this week's editorial. I'm Shelby Akers for News 22.
I got no pulse for losing.
Shocking. Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
Yeah. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, sparkles next Sunday. 60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
At 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on October 15th in the Betty Tipton Room, Eastern will be holding its 21st annual Health, Wellness, and Benefits Expo. There will be over 50 health agencies, vendors, and representatives. The theme for this year is Balancing Your Mind, Body, and Soul. The program will include demonstrations, performances, and free health screenings throughout the day. Eastern students and public are invited, and admission is free. Make sure to come out and support Eastern.
In compliance with the Jan Cleary Act, the Eastern Police have released their annual crime report. News 22 reporter Brian Dossler has more.
As of last week, Eastern's annual crime and safety report is now available through the campus police department. This report contains statistics from 2010, 2011, and 2012. It covers crime, fire, and emergency response incidents for both on campus and off. For more information, we spoke to Lieutenant Madeira.
The Jean Cleary Act requires all college and university police departments to submit their crime reports by October 1st of every year. You can pick a copy of the crime report at the police department in the lobby, and it's also posted online.
Be sure to pick up your copy of the campus crime report. Reporting from News 22, I am Brian Dostler.
Thanks, Brian. Be sure to stay informed with the help of the Eastern Police Department.
For all prospective students, Eastern will be holding its annual open house this Sunday, October 13th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. There will be tours, seminars, food, and many more activities for students and their families. It's a great way to learn more about the university and see all of the opportunities it could offer you as Connecticut's only public liberal arts university. You will also be able to interact with already enrolled students. To register, visit easternfallopenhouse.eventbrite.com.
This upcoming Saturday, Eastern's very own West Indian Society will be holding their 9th annual Hot Shots competition. Eastern students can come out and participate and show off all of their unique talents. The contest will be held in the Schaefer Auditorium on October 12th at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Admission is free for all Eastern students, but you must have your ID present with you. Guests have to pay $7. Come out and support your local classmates.
This past Friday, students were delighted to take a trip down memory lane. Eastern's FAD committee put together a whole new world in honor of the kid in all of us. News 22 reporter Josh Henton has more on the event.
It's like a whole new world event where Disney is brought right to Eastern. It's a huge nostalgia trip. Let's go check it out. At the Disney FAD event, Ariel makes you any balloon creation students can think of. And if balloons were anything, then you could get your name printed on your favorite Disney movie poster. But first, students had to wait in a long line. Students could have taken the opportunity to be in a carpet while having your favorite Disney songs playing in the background, such as I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan and the Impossible theme. We interviewed FAD coordinator Kim Green about what it's like coming up with a Disney theme.
We choose to have a Disney theme because we meet systematically every week and we discuss exactly what the ECSU students want. And recently there's been a lot of Disney movies coming out and a lot of people really admire the Disney phenomenon, so we just wanted to bring something organic and authentic, something like go back to your childhood that you can relive it, Boonbounds, and then we also had a poster sale or a poster thing. So I think it's just more so we wanted the students to relive their childhood and have fun and come out on a Friday night.
Bouncing around the bounce house, one of the most popular attractions for us college students. I know I had fun. And after students bounced around, they could rehydrate with some butterbeer. Just like a real wizard, Harry. Throughout the event, a raffle would occur every 20 minutes with prizes such as all Toy Story movies and a DVD set, princess gear, and Disney-themed stuffed animals. We asked one of our Eastern students what her favorite part of the event was.
My favorite part of the event has to be the jumping house. I had a splendid time because I felt like I was a child again. I had a lot of fun. I jumped with my friends. It was a great time.
Well, that was it for the Disney FAD event. It was amazing to feel like a kid again. I felt like I was 8 years old. It was just amazing. So that's it. That's me, Josh Henton, signing off for TV 22. Akuna Matata.
It looks like everyone had a great night. Be sure to check out Eastern's online calendar for upcoming Friday After Dark events.
With all the studying for midterms, we could all use a little midnight snack break. A new Twitter account for the Domino's near Eastern's campus has gone viral. At ECSU, Domino's has been hosting many different contests for students to participate in so they can win a free pizza and free food. Not only is it a nice little fun break to take, but it can also be rewarding. Make sure all you Eastern Twitter users follow the new Domino's account at ECSU Domino's and tweet at them so you too can win a free pizza.
This past Saturday, October 5th, CAB hosted an outdoor concert on the Webb lawn. News 22 reporter Shelby Akers was there to check it out.
On Saturday, local Chicago band Makeshift Prodigy visited Eastern's campus to perform in front of students on the Webb lawn. I stopped by to check it out. While students have been working hard this fall semester, four-man band Makeshift Prodigy has been busy on tour. The band has been traveling across the country for the past month, putting on shows for college students. We caught up with lead singer Anthony Bagnara and bass player Christian Kwiatkowski to get their take on the tour.
This tour has been all college campuses, which is our first tour that's been that way. I think it's a great demographic for us.
The kids have been really receptive and been about the interaction. We try to be ourselves every time we're talking to anyone pretty much. So everyone feels comfortable enough to come up and sit down and talk to us.
The set list included both original songs and works from famous artists such as the Cranberries and the Counting Crows. The concert, hosted by CAB, gave students the chance to hang out, relax, and listen to some good music outside. The band is known for their original sound, energetic performance, and powerful lyrics. CDs and t-shirts were available for students to purchase after the concert. CAB worker Emily Bracken told us a little bit about the band and their tour.
This was a trendsetter tour. It's for bands. We go through concert ideas and they kind of promote smaller bands that want to go big. These particular guys is Makeshift Prodigy. They're from Chicago. They're more well known in the Midwest, but they came over to the East Coast and now they're trying to just promote themselves here, and we were helping with that.
Hey, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Christian.
We are Makeshift Prodigy and you're watching News 22.
Well, it's been a beautiful fall day here at Eastern and I've had the chance to enjoy some great music. From outside the Webb Lawn, I'm Shelby Akers for News 22.
Thanks, Shelby. Be sure to check the online calendar of events for more upcoming CAB events. And we'll be back with this week's sports after this short break.
Today is a special day. Today we gather as a nation and as an international community to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. She's been recognized by religious figures and politicians around the world. To us, she's just Rachel. But to the rest of the world, she's the woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flap my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
If your school doesn't have a program, be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
And we're back with this week's sports update.
Women's field hockey looked for their first ever victory against Plymouth State University and fell just short with a score of 3-2. Eastern sophomore Hannah Kaiser and freshman Ellie Walker scored both of Eastern's goals early on. However, the Warriors could not hold on to the lead. Kaiser is now 2 goals short of Eastern's season record for most goals scored in a single season. The Warriors are now 6-5 on the year and look for a win at UMass Dartmouth, who are the defending LEC champions. Since losing their season opener, Eastern's men's soccer has been unbeaten in 10 straight outings after their double overtime tie to Wesleyan University. In an exciting match, senior forward Mitch Power scored the game-tying goal to lead to overtime. After 2 overtime periods, the match ended in a tie, and Eastern remained 7th overall in the Northeast Region rankings. Eastern travels to the University of Southern Maine on Saturday at 3 p.m. for a Little East Conference matchup. Sticking with men's soccer, reporter Nick Akinfora got a chance to cover the game versus Salem State University.
On Tuesday, September 24th, Eastern Connecticut men's soccer took on Salem State in a non-conference matchup. Eastern allowed Salem to put a shot on the net, which was the first time in over 3 full games. Eastern lowered its team's goals against average to .94 by recording its 4th shutout in its last 5 matches. Senior midfielder Mitch Power scored the only goal of the game, which ended up being his 6th career winning goal. It was a booming shot from the top of the box that allowed Eastern Connecticut to stretch out its unbeaten streak to 6. Freshman forward Kyle Peterson also threatened several times for Eastern with 4 total shots. Eastern Connecticut now stands at 5-1-1 on the season.
Thanks, Nick. Hopefully the Warriors can keep up their strong play this weekend. After coming off 2 strong victories at home, Eastern's women's soccer team fell to UMass Amherst on the road. Amherst tallied a total of 30 shots on goal and won the game 4-1 as Eastern scored its only goal with 2 minutes remaining. Eastern is now 6-5 on the year, and they look to stay above 500. They are still in the hunt for the LEC Conference playoffs and need a victory against the University of Southern Maine this Saturday at home. This past weekend, Eastern hosted the 33rd annual Crabtree Classic Volleyball Tournament. Reporter Tyler Smith has the story. On Saturday, October 5th, Eastern Connecticut hosted the 33rd Annual Crabtree Classic in the Francis E. Geisel Gymnasium. Competing in the Crabtree Classic were Eastern Connecticut, UMass Dartmouth, Framingham State, and the University of New England. Eastern started off their day sweeping UMass Dartmouth 3-0. Senior Nikki Gash, who represented Eastern on the all-tournament team, led the Warriors to their 39th win over UMass Dartmouth in their 42-match series. Gash had 10 of the team's 33 kills to go along with 3 blocks. Sophomore Allie Loopy dug up 21 balls, and senior captain Aaron Miller had 15. Juniors Jess Patrizzi and Allie Henry combined for 27 assists. Eastern finished the tournament going 2-1 and defeating the University of New England and falling to Framingham State in 5 sets. Eastern Connecticut is now 9-10 on their season and 2-2 in the Little East Conference. Congratulations to the Eastern volleyball team on a very successful day at home. In national news, for the first time since 2008, the Boston Red Sox have advanced to the American League Championship Series. In a 4-game stand, the Red Sox defeated the Tampa Bay Rays to advance to play the winner of tonight's Game 5 between the Oakland Athletics and the Detroit Tigers. The Red Sox are the second team to move to the divisional round after the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Atlanta Braves in 4 games. They look to face the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. NFL owners gathered in Washington on Monday for fall meetings, while across town, the Oneida Indian Nation held a meeting to promote their Change the Mascot campaign. This campaign is in regard to the Washington Redskins' controversial name. President Barack Obama has said that he believes the Redskins should think about changing their name, while 4 out of 5 Americans do not believe their name should be changed. NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy has confirmed that a meeting between the NFL and the Indian tribe has been scheduled for next month to further discuss this issue. The New York Giants fall to a stunning 0-5 record after Sunday's 31-26 loss against their division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. The last time the Giants had a winless record throughout their first 5 games was 1987. Eli Manning threw 3 interceptions and had 3 intentional grounding penalties as he continues to struggle this season. To make matters even worse, their starting running back, David Wilson, was injured Sunday, and his status will be updated week to week. The NFC East is not looking a whole lot better either. Against teams outside of their division, their combined record is a pitiful 2-11. Tonight, the Chicago Bears will be hosting the Giants, who are giving everything they can to get their first win. The New England Patriots came to a screeching halt against the Cincinnati Bengals as they were shut down 13-6. The loss was their first, and it also shattered Tom Brady's active touchdown per game streak of 52 games, only 2 short of the NFL record. The Patriots look to upset the undefeated New Orleans Saints at home. The tables are turning in New York as the Jets are now running the Big Apple. On Monday night in primetime, they upset the Atlanta Falcons 30-28 with a game-winning field goal kick by Nick Folk after a 53-yard drive by young quarterback Geno Smith. The Jets are now 3-2 on the year and look to continue their success against the winless Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. The Denver Broncos continue their undefeated streak Sunday against the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave the red-hot Broncos a run for their money, leading the Broncos 14-0 in the first quarter and again 48-41 in the fourth quarter. But of course, Peyton Manning did not let the team down. They came back to win it 51-48. This was the closest victory the Broncos had this season, and it broke their streak of winning the past 15 games by at least 7 points. But it does not look like the Broncos are losing anytime soon, seeing as Sunday they are the biggest favorite for an NFL game since the merger in 1970. They are favored to win by 28 points against the 0-5 Jacksonville Jaguars. That's all for sports. I'm Tyler Smith for News 22.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see any of our past shows, go to tv22.blip.tv. I'm Allie Gaglione.
And I'm Danny Fountain. Have a good night.